Hello everyone and welcome back to Untamed Chaos. So before I get into things, I have a couple things to mention. First is that my sinuses acting up and being a bit weird, so if I sound different at all or such, that would probably be why, although I usually have sinus issues, so it's probably commonplace at this point. And the other thing is, videos are getting a little weird for this series. I don't know, I'm only going to be recording like 2 now, but I still will probably have 3 this week, but then following weeks we'll have more. But I don't know, I still want to try and get all of them in May, more or less, for the month. But it's getting to the point now where I might not have everything kind of prepared as much, or I don't know, it's just trying to get a whole bunch of stuff ready, and it'll probably be a bit different than like record a week's worth at a time because I'm trying to get stuff ready and still trying to get stuff out. Anyway, so for this episode, it's kind of actually a bit of pretty much I took some goals I was going to do off camera and some goals that, or some tasks that I didn't really have a place for and just things I'd like to try, and threw them all into an episode. So I have no idea how this episode will go, but if we turn around, I'll show you one of the things I have worked on. So, as you can see, I worked on improving this area. I don't know, this is just kind of what I was thinking of, something like this. I might further tweak it later, but I just wanted stuff around the ME terminals and make it more of like a crafting hub, and I don't know, I'm not sure if I really like this design. Originally I had just around this and then other stuff around it, like the bricks around the terminals and then other stuff more to the side, but it's decent for the moment anyway. I can always change it later if I really feel I have a better idea of a design, but I don't know, the tool racks are supposed to hold tools, you know, like I could put that there or such, but I usually keep them on me so they're not that big of a deal, so I don't know, maybe I'll even cut those out or change how those work, or we'll see. You might also notice I have my power suits over here, and I did go through the color options and made it a nice shade of blue. I was trying to go for like a metallic blue look. I probably could have come out better, but that whole color selection thing isn't the easiest thing to work with, so yeah. So I did that, I improved that. You might also notice that I have my hearts back to normal, because in the other episode I took a bit of my soul for the farm stuff and I had to kill myself to respawn and then have my hearts back to normal. And I also did move the bed and kind of make it look a bit nicer. I can't figure out to change the color of the sheets. It just cycles through like some presets and none of them look good. So this is how it looks for the moment. It uses stone slabs as its base. And aside from that, there's a few other things to mention. One is actually here. If you turn around to see it here, it's a sludge barrel, or a sludge drum, not a barrel. So pretty much I was told that these machines, when they build up sludge, they work slower. I think that's going a lot faster now. When it was full of sludge, it pretty much would do that slower, and I don't know, it's probably not a big deal because I don't need the farms to be super active, or the crops are probably growing slower than it would activate anyway, sort of thing. But I don't know, if I just probably break here. Yeah, I ran some hardened fluid ducts and had to change around how this was a bit so it could allow fluctuating duct and that sort of stuff. So I did get it all. Oh, I forgot to repair that cable too. I probably should do that real quick. Okay, so I fixed that cable. I had to remove the cables just because there wasn't enough space to really walk around, especially when I started adding the extra ducts around, and just really made it hard to walk around for that level. So yeah, I forgot to replace that one though, so good thing I went down and caught that. And a similar thing over here next to the harvesters. I have some pipes just going down and over to the barrel, so all the sludge is being put here. If I do later make a sludge boiler or something, I could put it in a bigger tank, but I don't know. It still is only about 1/5 full, so I'm not too concerned about that, but yeah. And it would go to the very top of the tower. I did fix something with the solar panels. So there we go. So remember how these were not being connected, or it looked like they weren't being connected by the cables? Well, I kind of had a hunch, and I was right. This is where the chunk boundary ends. So it's something where the cables are attaching to something out of chunk, like this chunk loads before this one, so it doesn't connect it properly. I'm not sure. It seems to work fine for these, because these are out of the chunk and never had the issue. But to fix it, I decided just to bring the other solar panel over here, because I was wanting one here anyway, and put the extra solar panels in the center here. So they seem to be working right now. Doesn't because it's night. But now I just put my spare tier 2 solar panel here. So yeah, hopefully that will fix the issue of the solar panels not working and also get power out of these quicker. And I don't know, I might make another tier 6 or just the tier 4 to replace the tier 2. We'll see. I'm not really too concerned about power. It seems to be doing well enough with the current solar setup, although these are not really producing. I don't know, I guess this is where the power is draining from the tower. It's a weird which ones it prioritizes for this stuff sometimes. So yeah. And actually, this was the floor for this episode, more or less. So I think I covered all my other notes. I'll check later. But I wanted to do villager stuff for a while now, or it's something I've been wanting to do off camera, and I decided, why not just make an episode of doing the villager stuff rather than just cutting and saying, oh, by the way, I did this sort of thing. So if I search a lasso, I can get all my lassos out, then I'll go to the spawn base. I hate when it changes the spot on that and I pull out stuff I don't mean to. But yeah, I'll take these lassos, go to the spawn base, start ferrying the villagers back here, and then I'll try and upgrade their trades and make sure it all works. I'm thinking that this will catch all the villagers for one side of the room. I might be wrong, like it could catch over here, but the idea is between both of these I can see all the trades easily. We'll have to see how that works. So yeah, I'm just going to head to the spawn base and resume there. Okay, so here I am back at the spawn base, still having that chisel speed upgrade thing from the whole chisel crash chunk thing, whatever you want to call it. So here are my original 2 villagers, and I'm not sure if I can do them all in a trip, and these already have their traits expanded though, so I want to hold off on them. So these are the villagers I want to get, so pretty much I'm just going to lasso as many of these as I can. If I also have the spare lassos, I will bring them as well. Probably remove the fence while I'm at it, because the new area should hold them all just fine. So yeah, there's really not too much to say here, and oh, I'm just one short of getting all the villagers, but good thing I think I do have a lasso in here, don't I? Yes, I do. So I do have a couple lassos in there, so I can also get these villagers as well. So yeah, now I'll just remove these fences. Gonna look a bit weird about fences here, but well, the tower should be able to hold all the villagers just fine, so I really don't need these villager areas anymore. I don't know, it's just kind of a shame that I kind of abandoned this base, or I kind of would almost still like to use it some ways, but for the most part, the tower has everything I need. And did anything go in here? Nope, still have all my Tinker's tools in here. Huh, I did have some stuff here that I haven't really took over. Anyway, I got all the villagers, so now I'm going to head back to the tower and start getting that all set up. Okay, so I'm back in the villager area of the tower, and I have the 2 villagers with their trades here, or the ones from the side, and if I do this, see, this is weird, because it's picking up a villager, but that's not either of these villagers. That's like the one in the basement almost, or I don't know. I'm not sure how it's picking this up. This is weird, because do any of those guys have the trade? What was it? It was a coal for an emerald, that one, and the other one was melon. Huh. Oh, so I can just click it to open the trade window. That's weird. So what about this one? Can it actually detect? Yep, it's detecting the villager all the way in the basement. Is it just like somehow linked to him? I don't know. Actually, if I just break this and place it again, will it fix that? I have no idea why that's doing that. I don't know, maybe these have a better range than I thought, because these are picking up the ones over there, but that one's not. I don't know. So I guess the only thing I can do is start placing down these villagers and seeing if it starts making sense. Makes sense to me anyway. So pretty much I just designed this so there's like little stall they can't get between them. So if I know, oh, this villager has this trade, I can easily just trade him. So yeah. And I made it grow or have the little grooves back just because that kind of fit it, or the whole design I was going for. I also did lower the roof a bit just because, I don't know, this kind of room doesn't need a really high roof in my opinion. Or actually I want to save him and go over here. Just so I could separate the different types of villagers. You know, a bit of villager segregation, I guess. Doesn't sound nice when you put it that way, but to be honest, a lot of things you do in Minecraft aren't really nice in the real world. So, yeah. But I can put that lasso back here. And, yeah, so I have the villager room set up. If I do this, I can now see all the trades. Does this one still work, or is this one kind of... Okay, that one is working, and I think it's picking up some of these trades, or... No, it's just picking up more of the same trades. Like, it didn't show all of them before. I don't know, this is really weird and almost kind of buggy. Because that's pork chop and that's clock. And those don't show here yet. They're the nearest villager. Actually, let me just try something. If I just raise it up 1, how does that change? Yeah, I don't understand how this trading post works. Like, I thought, you know, having the terminal and trading post would look nice together. And does this one have... Yeah, it's not showing the trades for some of these guys, or at least this guy isn't getting his trade read by any of these, because I don't see a clock on anything. But I don't know, this was the whole idea for the villager floor, so I think I'm just going to take a minute to cut and go through the trades. Like, I already unlocked these guys' trades to, like, towards the end, so I'm going to see how much I can do of these trades, or actually, how many emeralds do I have? That might be a bit of an issue. I know I never had a... Okay, that should be plenty, so I'm just going to try and unlock a few more trades on these guys, and then cut to show you what I found, if anything's interesting, so yeah. Okay, so after spending a few minutes there trading and getting a lot of stuff I probably don't need in my inventory here, I did unlock some interesting trades. So let's just try and go through the new ones. Also, I still don't know how or why this works, especially how it's picking up the villager downstairs. These are just strange. I don't know. Maybe it's even by chunk, but shouldn't these all be in the same chunk? Hold on, let me actually just see that real quick. I guess this is all in a chunk. Yeah, I think I was pressing the chunk key, right? Yep. So this is all in a chunk, so I wasn't even getting to see it. So I don't know how these trading posts work. So yeah, but let's just go through here. This one has wheat, and then it goes to that, or the gravel conversion. That I stopped there at fish because I don't have a lot of fish. This one has wool, which is really good because I have that huge surplus of wool. This one is just gravel. I couldn't get past the chicken or fish for these two, or didn't bother anyway. This one has a few trades, remember, and then it goes to wool and then gravel. This one... Oh, I actually didn't get this far in the trades, or it kind of stopped. I don't know. They had a little cooldown, I think, between getting new trades. That goes to gravel. And that's the same one from before. I think I did run through at the base. This one has not only books, but written books, which is actually a really easy one to get. Like, you don't have to do much to get written books. And actually, let's just turn off any eye. It kind of seems to clutter the screen. And this one has, oh, he did unlock steak. He didn't have that there when I was first looking through. So, let's see. I think it was this one who had arrow. Nothing past that, and anything past steak. Oh, leather helmet. I don't know. If I really want, I could try and extend a few more of these trades off camera. But I think this is good enough for the whole village setup of how I wanted it. So I actually think... oh, I did put away the lassos. I don't know. I could sort them by profession a bit more. Actually, let me just do that real quick, I guess. Because, you know, I have the normal villagers. And they can all go here. And I could put the butchers kind of next to each other here with the librarians. So, I don't know. And it does look like they're at least conversing nicely with each other, so... I don't know, but yeah, this is kind of a little marketplace floor, and I think this floor of the tower is now completed as well. So, yeah. Anyway, let me sort my inventory and we can move on to the next thing. So next, I want to try and work on a former goal. In a recent episode, I did touch on Bedrock IAM and how much I had, I think, from the nether stuff. But I also realized I messed up when talking about the compressed cobble, because I think I said about, you know, how, oh, I can do this and do, oh, you know, 12 stacks, or 12, not stacks, 12 ingots of bedrockium. I forgot I only put out 1 stack. So I can make like 32 bedrockium at the moment, which is kind of insane. So one thing I did want to try and do is make bedrockium armor, because I do already have 6 and you only need 16 because 8 of the ingots you need are unstable, which is a problem in itself. But aside from that, it should be pretty easy to do. So I do need to, actually let me just go back to bedrockium in here and pull up the recipe. So I do need to use the QED, and I also need to use semi-stable nuggets with 5 sextuple cobblestone, but these aren't too hard to make, so I think I'm just going to cut until I made all that, and then we get to the fun part of making unstable ingots and trying to craft the pieces of bedrockium armor for the trophy room, so yeah. Okay, so there we go, another 10 bedrockium along with a 16 ahead of my ME system, and I'm really slow, but that shouldn't be a problem for crafting. And the good news is my respawn point is there. For a second I thought that was a mob. I heard the skeleton, I think, in the wall or behind it. I don't know. But I only need to make 2 at a time, and yeah, so pretty much I need to... Oh, I did not think that through. I think it's like that. Oh, this would be really embarrassing if I died to my own recipes. Yep, it's going to be embarrassing. Boots! Wow, this is going to be fun, isn't it? How about I just do this along the way? I'm not sure what happens if I die to the stuff I'm trying to craft, but how about I actually just review the recipes? Because I made the bedrock armor recipes, and I'm kind of forgetting. Okay, so let's try the helmet next, because each time we do this, it's going to get slowly harder, till I eventually blow up. Okay, so like that, like that, like that, and do. Okay, helmet! Okay, so next we have legs, which is, yeah, the knees. So we go like this, like this, like this. One down here, one here, one here. Take that out. And ta-da! Okay, so last we have the chest plate. And that's the same spot as the legs, just, well, it's a chest plate. So hopefully I can do all these. I came a bit close on the boots just because I forgot the placement. And I think if I was like one Bedrockium short, I'd be really mad at myself. So, ta-da, there is the Bedrockium armor set. So, actually, let me just take off my armor set and wait for the buffs to go away. I could have done the same thing with just putting on the Bedrockium, I guess. But, okay, aside from night vision, just put this on. You can see its buffs. So this gives you slowness, but it gives you a very, I think it might just be resistance 1. But if you look at my armor overlay down there, it has 24 armor points or 12 little armor icons, which is the highest in the game. I think there was the dragon armor. That's the other one I think that ties with this. But this gives you resistance, and I don't know, slowness is kind of a debuff, or it kind of fit, because I mean, it's Bedrockium. You're supposed to be slow. Even if it's in your inventory, you're slow. Also, it has a particle glitch with the slowness anyway. I don't know, it's a bit weird. It's because of the Twilight Forest Ice Bow. That's what we came to the conclusion of anyway. It might not be correct, but yeah, we're not sure how to fix that. Because I was asking Time Traveler for help with that when I was designing it, or coming up with the special set effects. And oh, here's the stop. So yeah, this is the trophy room, and I also did put the dragon egg here. I don't know, I just couldn't think of any other way to really incorporate it. So yeah, so if I just do that, ta-da, we had the Bedrockium armor in display. It's no longer a goal for the pack because I removed it just because I thought it was going to be too hard actually, but well, we did it anyway, so yeah. Okay, so to end off this episode, I want to make some fun little items, weapons, and such from some various mods. First is the needle gun from Reliquary. I never really had much of a need to make one of these before now, or I don't know, it never actually really crossed my mind, I guess. Like, it was just something I knew was there, but just didn't really seem like much of an issue or something to really go for. So let's just make a couple of those, and they had different types of ammo. So this is like the basic ammo, so let's make a couple of those, just so I can try it out. And there's also shrapnel, lava. I don't want to be shooting lava around. The fountain was enough of a disaster. Sludge. Also really don't want to be doing that. But that's interesting. I can make sludge into a weapon. Sewage, fire, and anvil. Now, anvil's actually a pretty funny one. Fire, I think I'm going to avoid for the same reason as sludge. So I guess that leaves shrapnel. So let's make a couple of shrapnel, I guess. How about we do one more shrapnel? Go back to the basic ammo for another 2, and then we'll do 1 anvil. That sounds good. So, yeah, do I even have anvils? What do you know? I have anvils. I didn't even know if I had many spare in my army system. Like, if I find them in dungeons, I pick them up. They're usually damaged. I wasn't sure if it counts. So, anyway. And aside from that, I also want to do some reliquary stuff. So I've been trying to save up those items, but I think I might have actually made them a bit too hard, or I don't know. I tried to make them hard so it didn't just like flood grinders and stuff. But yeah, I want to make the destruction catalyst, which needs this, which needs that. So I think I should have all the stuff I need to do this. If not, this will be a bit embarrassing. So what am I missing for that? I could have swore I had that. And now I can't find that. Oh, a void tier. Yeah, I can make that. I don't know, I forget what's like base and what's upgrades sometimes, and oh, it's like, yeah, that. So we got the infernal tier, and then we go like that, and destruction catalyst. So this, you consumes gunpowder to destroy blocks, and it can auto-absorb gunpowder. Now, I think I do have a lot of, oh yeah, that's definitely a lot of gunpowder. So, I think I might actually want to hold off on testing this till I get someplace where I can destroy mundane blocks without, you know, blowing stuff up. Like, I don't want to start destroying my base by accident. And I'm not sure if that would even count as mundane. But mundane's like grass, dirt, stone, gravel, I think. Those sorts of things. Pretty much like not ores, but I'm not sure how it works with mod blocks. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. That'll be interesting. And you know, a couple other items. One was the handgun. I think I can make this. Need to make cartridges. So this is kind of like the needle gun, but the reliquary version, and this was actually kind of overpowered. In my test world, I played around with this a lot, because it's really fun, and yeah, it can be a bit strong at times. And I do have a lot of those slime pearls from all those slimes I've been fighting. So the main one that got super powerful was the ender rounds. So you have to make all these bullets and seeker shots, so I had to make it like that, and I did change some of the recipes, but yeah, that's how I do that. And then for this, I think it was a nebulous heart. And then I'd go like this and like that. So I'm not sure how much I'll do of that because, I don't know, these are pretty hard to make, or they're not that easy anyway. Then we have Verse Undead, which use these, which are neutral shots with zombie hearts. Let's see. Large area shots. How do I make that? Oh, Catalyst Glands. That will never happen. Concussion shots. I don't know. There's a lot of different ones. I think I'm just going to make a few of the neutral shots, though, because they're pretty easy to make. And then we'll just go test out this stuff. Or actually, there's a couple more, or one more thing. I think I'm just going to hold off on that one. Was I think the Serpent Staff, I could make it, but I really don't even know what it does. So I'm going to hold off just because I don't want to use up resources that could be useful in other items that I just currently don't have enough for. Like, you know, if I use up these spider components and then I want to make something else and I don't have enough, and yeah, that would be embarrassing. So let's just go test these items now. Okay, so I'm out here in the plains of testing, I guess you could say. And if I do this, you'll see at the bottom right, there's that little icon. If I toggle auto-absorb, it should be absorbing gunpowder automatically. That's kind of cool. I don't know. Let's just turn it off for the moment. So pretty much if I right click, I believe, yep, it just blows up. It destroys all blocks, but all mundane blocks. Only mundane. So it doesn't consider these modded ones non-mundane. So if you just want to clear out a bunch of land, that's a great way to do it. I might not have use for it at the moment. And to be honest, it might not be useful in this mod pack because these stones from Chisel are kind of common. So, you know, if we're trying to dig out an area, well, you probably can't because you're going to run into a lot of those and kind of mess up this. But it's a pretty cool tool I've seen used in other mod packs anyway, and probably would have been very useful for digging out the tower, because I did a lot of that with hand, but I also had hammers, so not that great. Now for the needle gun. Oh, you actually have to physically load in the ammo. So let's just do anvil, because this one's funny. And, oh, come on, stay still. I don't want to miss my one anvil shot. Oh! I thought it was an anvil falling from the sky, but apparently it did hit it with an anvil, and I got a slightly damaged anvil back. I don't know, that's a bit weird. Shrapnel. Let's just try the shrapnel rounds. So, it should have a little HUD somewhere. I don't know, maybe it's being blocked by my map or something, or maybe I'm just imagining that. But, I don't know, I'm not seeing damage, or I don't really have a good... Well, that killed it, you know, point blank. So I want to see, do these just one-shot sheep? Yeah, these might not be good enough to test it on. If I go like that, I can swap out the ammos, I think. So the normal shot would still one-shot sheep. So let's see the accuracy. Yeah, this doesn't have drops like bows, so I don't know. It could prove useful for some things, but yeah, those have less than sheep. So I don't know. And okay, so I go like this, and what did it load? Okay, those look like normal bullets. I'm not sure why it shows that little gray blobs, but that's the hunter's handgun. So, I think I might actually hold off on the ender bullets just because I can just waste these, I suppose. Just. Oh, I hit him. Yeah, the bullets are a bit weird sometimes. Huh. Seems it is accurate, but just slower to load. So what I'm going to try now is if I just throw those out. There we go. It shows purple. Probably not the right little effect it should be. But watch. I'm going to aim right here. Okay, so I'm not sure how well you can see it. Oh, I have particles off. That would probably be it. Hold on. Okay, so I turned particles back on, so hopefully you can see the bullets now. Watch. These ender bullets are insane. Like, shoot here, and it's probably still going to kill some squids. Look how many squids it just killed. So there, oh my god, it killed like all of them. Yeah, that's why I kind of, haven't done this sooner, I guess. I don't know. In my test run, I made this just, like, playing around with stuff, and it would destroy everything. These bullets do an insane amount of damage because they're made from piercing rounds, I think it was. I don't have them. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's made from seeker shots, and they're, like, armor-piercing as well. So they track down enemies, and they, like, fly through back and forth multiple times. So pretty much it's just kind of like a living entity seeking missile. Now, the downside is I have had some crashes with them before. I think it was related to Mechanism Portal, like, or Urbis Portal and stuff like that. So if an entity went through a portal as a seeking bullet was trying to track them, yeah, let's just say bad things could happen. Although usually the game worked fine on a reload, so not that bad. But be careful if you do want to play around with this, but it is a really cool weapon if you do like guns anyway, or ranged weapons like that. So yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to end off this episode here, so hopefully you enjoyed playing around with different, well, toys, weapons sort of thing, and working with the tower villagers and that sort of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I already said hopefully you enjoyed. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye.